We've got NBA basketball in store from New Orleans, Louisiana, the home of the Pelicans, right here on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, introducing the rest of the 2K broadcast team. Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and sideline reporter Doris Burke. And the Pelicans making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Pelicans trail by 10, so on the floor for Utah. Pairing up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. Hayward 3 and favors the 4, and it's Gobert in at the 5 down low. Gordon the pass to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Takes it from 10. That's good. Holiday's got his first bucket in this one. The greats checked in for Drew Holiday.
And now let's take a look at Alec Burks' numbers. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 15 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, I think, guys, when you look overall at his contributions.
Yeah, and he's always looking to raise his game, and that's what you see in his consistency. One of the important characteristics that he brings to the table.
Stolen by Anderson. He's all alone. For the finish, hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
Yeah, you got to love the energy they're bringing. As soon as they got their hands on the ball, everybody got out and ran. Ryan Anderson, one of the sweetest shooting big men in the league. Deep range with that quick release. Tell you what, at his height, he doesn't need much daylight to get it off.
And there's the rejection.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Here's the great. And a pick comes off the rim, but it sinks right in. The great's got his second bucket of the game to go. Burke dishes to Hayward. Burks in the corner. Hayward against Anderson. Now here's Hayward. He's tightly guarded. Lays it up and banks it in. Hayward's got his third basket of the night.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's the great. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Let's take this moment to bring you a leaderboard featuring a very well-rounded group, the top rebounding small forwards in the NBA the last 10 games. You look at Hayward, one of the game's best, second in the league.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' games. They play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in this league.
And I think it's an area that they all take pride in, Steve. They know they can score. That's expected of their position. But where you separate yourself is going after rebounds. And these guys are really determined to excel in that part of the game.
And he makes both free throws. Pelicans trail by 7. Cole the pass to the great. The dish to Ajinça. Pass to the great. Puts up a 3. No luck. And Utah the other way now. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, and given how they performed offensively that day, guys, they really had no chance.
Yeah, and the frustration just mounted. You could see it as they continued to come up empty. And by the end, they were really just happy to get out of there and have the game be over.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now the pass to Exum. Here's Hood for the 3. Count the bucket. Hood's got himself on the board with 3 there.
It has taken them no time to build this lead up on the strength of a great first quarter offensively.
And they need to continue to put pressure on the defense and try to really run away with this one from here.
Here's the great. No good on the buzzer beater. And welcome back. It's been all exciting to change it up. Here's Gordon, averaging 14 points a game. Gordon is the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. And it's the great in at the 1 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Burke kicks to Favors. Burks dishes to Burke. And the 3 off target.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And again, no good by New Orleans.
But an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Here's the great. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
And guys, let's take a look at how the Pelicans performed last month. First in field goal percentage. Fifth in fewest turnovers per game. And they kept the lid on opposing teams' overall offense as well. They're in the top 10 in opponent scoring.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that, they're on their game. They're tough to beat.
Burke, the pass to Hayward. Burke kicks to Burks. Shot clock at 6. Davis with the block, and they get it back.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And here's a look at some of the stats for Gordon Hayward. Great work over the last month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And really just excellent numbers, guys. I like what we've seen from him across the board.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing at an extremely high level, and this is what you expect of a player that has so much to offer, and he's proven.
Exum, he's checked in for Utah. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Jazz lead by 10.
No way you can get back into the game if you continue to give up layups.
Here's the great. That one wide left.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Exum kicks to Hayward. Evans with the steal. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Gordon. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to the Bulls.
And guys, had their free throw shooting been anywhere near up to par, I think it would have changed everything in that game.
No doubt about it. I mean, there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line. It infiltrates other parts of your game.
With 1 on the clock. Oh, it's the buzzer beater.
Pretty shot without a second to spare.
That can be so...
And we finished one half of basketball. Jazz lead by 6. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
All right, guys. I want to go over some things before we get back out there. Very nice offensive first half from the reserves. You guys had a big impact. We'll be coming back to you in the second half. Something I did like? Well, a bunch of times we forced a turnover that led directly to a bucket. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen a few more times after the half. And let me touch on tempo.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Group substitution here for New Orleans. Gins is checked in. Anderson comes in for Anthony Davis. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Tyreek Evans. And it's Norris Cole in for Gordon. So on the floor for Utah, Jeff Withey is out there with Trevor Booker. Then there's Burke, and it's Ingles in at the 3 6.
We knew what was going to happen with that one when he got his hands on it.
Yeah, you know, if the ball comes to him off the offensive boards, Clark, it's going to go back down hard.
It's amazing how many points he averages for his team.
The greats checked in for the Pelicans. Pelicans trail by 11. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Another shot, and he sinks the layup. Jins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, thank you, Kevin. There are a lot of questions as to how Dante Exum will develop as a player. He has the skill to be a 2-guard, but grew up playing point guard. He would prefer the point, saying that's the position that has got me here. That's what I want to be going forward. We'll see if the coaches agree, Kevin.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Doris. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Utah.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And then look at the points in the paint, because they're really winning that battle tonight.
Utah leading by 12. And there's the feed to Burke. There's 1:38 left in the third quarter. Here's Hood. Dishes it to Booker. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Booker's got his second bucket of the night.
Rodney Hood, 6'8" swingman, played a season at Mississippi State, then transferred to Duke, and he's a lefty with deep range on his shot. Very efficient. Got just under 50% from the field and 40% from outside over his 2-year college career.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Burke, the pass to Hood. He kicks it to Burke. Pass to Withy. Feeds it to Burke. Shot clock at 6. There's a screen. And that's collected by the great. And one concern for Hood has been his slender build, but he did a nice job of adding muscle going into the draft.
Yeah, got up to close to 210 lbs, and that'll help him defensively and on the glass as well. I mean, he's got good height, good range on his shot for the wing spot. And I think the fact that he showed he was willing to put in the work to add that weight before the draft speaks volumes to this kid's character and work ethic.
Pelicans trail by 14. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Passes it to Ingles. Kicks to Burke. Ingles passes to Burke for the 3. And that one's good. Hood's got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Cole. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm. Anderson's checked in, and Utah with a change here too. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Alec Burks. Evans and Anderson, the forwards. The backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. And it's Ashik in at the 5 spot. That's the Pelicans' 5. Pass to Gordon. Back to Evans. Hayward against Gordon. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Holiday. And again, no good by New Orleans.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
The greats checked in for Drew Holiday. Alec Burks checked in for Utah. Trey Burke comes in for Exum. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. The great was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. The next thing he talked about was the pace he'd like to see them playing at offensively. He wants it to be a fast-paced game, pushing tempo all the time. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the 4th. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks again, Doris. Burke dishes to Gobert. He feeds it to Hayward. Inside to Favors. And stolen by Gordon.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Jazz.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
They were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line. You could see it.
I know exactly what you're referring to, Steve. With this victory, they'll win this season series 2-1.
And you see the contributions from the role players on the team. And, boy, what a game it was for Gordon Hayward. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long.
Burke kicks to Gobert. He dishes it to Hayward. 6 to shoot. Here's Burke. The Jazz again can't hit it. For New Orleans, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fires from the wing. Here's Ashik. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Utah's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And the call will go against the great. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Now, here's Exum. He's tightly guarded. Ingles passes to Exum. And so it's Utah.
Hi, Kevin. Derek,